you one more time for the cast. Yeah, and a big thanks to everyone who has made this production possible. It just, it really takes a whole community to show up and put on a show like this. So thank you to every single one of you who has helped, and all of you who have come here to support this work. So we are now going to have a little bit of time for question and answer with our cast. So Andres here is going to give those of you who would like to share something that touched you about the show, or ask a question of our cast, and Andres will bring you a microphone. So we're slowly rolling out some chairs and taking off costumes. So anybody have a question, or if you'd like to share what you're taking away from the show as well? And if you could say your name as well, that would be great.
Hey, hi, I'm Ariana. Hey y'all. Hey Russell. Over here, that's me. This is one of my favorite plays, and this is just true. It was truly fantastic, and I'm overjoyed. And I just want to say something that I'm taking away with me are the three witches and the spirits and the furies and that rhythmic movement, and I think that's how it was meant to be done all along. I think that's what Shakespeare intended, so no questions, just awe. Thank you.
Thank you, Ariana.
Clay and I don't have a question. I just want to give you guys mad props again. It's like the fourth play I've seen it, and every time guys stepping it up every time. And especially, I know it's a newcomer right there with the dreads. You did a great job, dude.
Thank you, Clay. Thank you for coming out to 4 shows. That's really beautiful to hear. We love that. So thank you for showing up and supporting us.
Hi, my name is Robert.
Hi, Robert.
What's up? I'm from Scotland.
You did a great job.
Oh, thank you. So, it was actually mind-blowing to see a play about where I'm from, and I'm actually wondering, and I suppose if anybody has any thoughts. First of all, it was absolutely amazing. I was completely transported, like stunning, and I was actually wondering if this is your first time, like, working with anything vaguely Scottish related. What's your takeaway? If any of you guys are like, is Scotland actually this mad? But I don't know, like, if any of you guys had any feelings about what Scotland's like, or if you learned something about Scotland. We're not that crazy, by the way.
Fights and kills is crazy. When I heard that we were going to do Macbeth, anybody that fights and kills is crazy. I looked up Macbeth on Britannica, and he was in the history of Britain. And the thing was, for Scotland, he actually killed King Duncan in battle. Right? It wasn't a murder. And then, of course, he was later killed by Malcolm in battle. And Shakespeare did the Holland's Head Chronicles was the source for Britannica. And Shakespeare obviously read it and made a great story out of it. And I'm really grateful. And Macbeth's wife's name, I think, was actually Anglo-Saxon. Grok. I mean, if you read it phonetically, Grok. But that's what's in Britannica. And I looked it up. I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself.
So we're lucky to have several folks like John, who's been with us since the beginning, who are just amazing researchers and really dig into the history of the shows we work on. Chris, do you want to make a comment on that one?
No.
Yeah, and I'll just say, Robert, you know, I mean, definitely we get to look into the place of whatever play we're working on, and there's also, of course, like the universality of, yes, this takes place in Scotland, and this could be anywhere with what's going on, these characters.
Hi, my name is Donald. This is the second play I've seen. I saw Julius Caesar not long ago, and I'm really enjoying it. You guys have done an excellent job. I have a question. It's not for anyone in particular. My question is, how were you able to use any of your experiences in life to help you to be able to get into character? And I guess maybe it's a two-part question. How easy or how difficult was it to be able to get up there in front of all these people?
Yeah, I guess I'll go. Yeah. My name is Antoine, and it was. It actually wasn't as easy. You know, in our day-to-day lives, in prison or out of prison, you have to step into a role. You know, if you're a father figure or if you're a boss, you're not the boss at home that you are at work. So you have to step into these roles and become this character in order to fulfill a job. And the same goes here. The same goes here. You know, looking through these characters, or even just looking back into my past, don't nobody want to commit crime. This isn't something that people just want to do. You know, we find ourselves in situations and we become people that we didn't have to, but it's 9 times out of 10 a character flaw, or it's something that we just develop. It's a character that we develop. It isn't who we genuinely are. You know, so it wasn't hard, but it wasn't as easy as my castmates made it seem.
I think Jay wants to speak on that too.
Yes, thank you. Hi, my name is Jay. Everybody call me LJ. Thank you. As many of you women know, in life, like with Lady Macbeth, we have to get behind our men and push him. You know? So that's what I'm taking from this. Sometimes we have to get behind our friends, our sisters, brothers, sometimes our children, and push them to something they don't want to do. But in Lady Macbeth, she pushed her man to kill. I'm not saying that we should push our men to kill, girl. Okay? I'm just saying sometimes we have to use an encouraging, loving hand to make them do what we want. Okay? Don't listen to them. Don't do it.
Maintain yourself. Your Highness.
Okay.
My name is Chris. For me, it was a question of history. You know, Elizabethan England was kind of an ugly place when Shakespeare wrote this. And as a Catholic man, I thought about what these Catholic things would have went through in maybe Protestant England, whether they were loyal or not. And then I also thought about the recent history of Scotland, their separation vote, you know? But it's just a lot of work, and like Banks said, it goes to our cast members. They make it easy for us. But it's a long, hard process, but it's a joy to be involved with all of you. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
I'd really rather hear you speak. I'd rather hear you speak.
Oh, okay. My name is Donald Ray Walker Jr. and I'm from Texas. No, I just arrived here last July, the 31st, and I watched the play and I was really encouraged and inspired to join these guys. And I must say they're very welcoming, And I mean, it's a lot of guys up here. Carlos, right there. Carlos, he's like my acting coach. This guy is like my big brother. He's on me hard. Luke. A lot of these guys, they really encourage me, and they help me to channel the things I need, the technical stuff like enunciation and projecting and getting in the character. And I can't forget Leslie for believing in me and supporting me. I've never done anything like this, but I really just want to give it 100% like I would do anything else, like with sports or anything I've done in life. I just want to give it all my all. So I just went in full, committed, and I just did my very best, and I hope I make you guys proud.
Thank you. My name's Nicola, and I wanted to thank you all. That was an amazing performance. Hi, Leslie. I mean, to the actor who was Macbeth, you were incredible, but you were all really wonderful. I have taught Shakespeare for some years in college classes, and this is just an unprecedented performance for me to get to see. The question I had was about Macduff's rap, and how you developed that and what the choice was to do that particular part of the play in that style.
I asked Nate if he would create a song to put right there because Macduff and his wife never have a scene together. And Nate did this really beautiful song that ought to be on the radio in our last play of original theater. And he's a wonderful songwriter. So I said, you know, would you write a song? That's all I said. He took it all from there.
She answered it all. Soraya helped me write it though. Keep it 100. She did help me write, and I was kind of like stuck. She was going to perform it with me, but
next time.
But yeah, it was just looking at the situation with Macduff and just trying to incorporate what was happening, him going to war and whatnot, and maybe losing his family, and they called me a traitor and whatnot. So just trying to incorporate all that into the verse.
Afternoon, my name is CJ, and as the audience has acknowledged, it was an awesome presentation event. But being someone who can't remember things, would anybody share with me how it was you worked together maybe to learn your lines and be so proficient at what you do? Thank you.
Well, for me, so I've been doing this for a few years now, and as always, I go through the routine and learning my lines and whatnot. But it's funny because this play, it was small things that Luke said to not just me but all of us that kind of made us get more into the character. And he said, "Who are you? Who are you?" In relation to who's Macduff or who's the spirits, or you know what I mean. And when he kind of said that, it made me actually kind of look at my character a lot different than how I did before. So I was able to try to get into into a backstory, build a backstory about Macduff, which I hope it helped. I don't know.
Yeah. Thank you.
Hi. Look, I want to say hi. I want to say hi my way. Hi. And well, for me, the process was daunting because I had to lay in my bed many a night and just cut on my line and say, okay, Jay, you know this. And sometimes, as you see, sometimes you do have a brain hiccup, and you just have to keep going and just go and work it out. But it was a challenge. It was a challenge because I've never done anything like this before, but I've always wanted to, so this was my getting my feet wet.
And I just want to say something amazing happened this year with the lines. Somehow the cast of both our Shakespeare shows, Julius Caesar last week and Macbeth today, learned all their lines within a month or two of rehearsal. Wow. Which I just commend. So there's some amazing individual and teamwork going on.
Yeah, my name is Clown, and I want to commend you guys for memorizing these lines that from a long dead language that isn't spoken anymore. And thank you for coming. And I just wanted to ask you, what year was this incident set in place? And also one more thing. Next time will Macbeth's severed head have the dread sticking out of the severed head?
It was set in before the millennium turned. Around 970 AD was when it actually historically took place. So Shakespeare had a lot to work with. Our historian.
Can I say something real quick? I'd just like to thank my Sally Edward for helping me run my lines consistently. Stand up, I've never done this ever in my life, and I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do this. I'm new. I don't know if I'm there. He said, you're gonna do it, and he just beat me over there. You didn't say it right. Make your face look like that. He just do it. That's how I memorize my lines. So I just want to thank my Sally Edward for helping me memorize my lines.
My name's Jack. I've done some Shakespeare over the years, and I was curious for you, when you first come to this language that he wrote, he's considered probably the greatest writer in this language, and the iambic pentameter that some of you need to do, what was that like for you the first time you ran into that kind of writing and speaking?
Okay. It was. I used to see Shakespeare books and kick them up the tier, throw them away, you know what I mean? It was foreign language to me, but after going over it so many times, and working with Leslie and Soraya and all of the fellow cast members, it became English to me. But before that, I couldn't understand it a lick. I couldn't understand it, and I wasn't trying to understand it, but it took some time, but it happened.
There's some really complex imagery. Is it the day's shame or night's, how does that line go?
Night's predominance.
Or night's predominance, or the day's shame that the darkness does the face of the earth entomb. Whoa, we talk about that one a lot. Yeah, and do you want to talk about learning lines and you did such a beautiful job with that speech.
Well, I greatly appreciate it. My name is Jay. First, I want to say thank you for everybody for coming out, support us. When we was back there. And Soraya said, what do you guys want to dedicate this to? And mine was to everybody who came from your homes to come out to watch us perform today. That means a lot. It was difficult because that line that I said, I didn't know what it meant. So it's kind of hard to deliver if you don't know what it really means. It's hard to put the feeling or anything into it. And Leslie, it was a bunch of them like that. And I had to keep going to her or Soraya, like, what does this mean? And, so I can be able to feel it when I say it. And it was kind of difficult, but they helped us do it.
Hi, I'm Lisa. I know a lot of you guys out there. And you rocked. It was really a wonderful, wonderful performance. Thank you so much. My question is, what is your takeaway feeling or lesson that you will empower you in the future going forward from this?
One of the things I'll take away from it is Rasan Thomas. Hey. Brownsville, Brooklyn, New York City. Stand up, okay, calm down. One of the things I'll take away from it is not being scared to play different roles or be yourself, you know? A lot of times in life we scared to be ourselves and we run around with masks on. And when you're in the stage, you're playing another role, but in a lot of ways you're really being yourself more than when you're in the street and stuff like that, you know? But this gives me the avenue to relax and just don't worry about what nobody thinks and just do me.
My name is Michaela. What I am taking from this play is just the idea of being present in every moment and making every moment count. I think that was just a lot of what us spirits had to bring into the scenes when we were in them. Yeah.
And the women who you saw in the play today, now let's get some more answers to this question. The women who you saw in the play today are getting master's degrees in drama therapy, doing an internship here as part of their degree program. Who else would like to answer that question? Pass that mic along. The question was, what do you get out of doing that?
Get the question again, please.
What do you get out of doing Shakespeare?
New experiences. Coming from where I'm from, and the people I hang around with, they kind of make fun of me for doing this, but I still do it anyway. I got some supporters, and I kind of like it. I like the feeling of being somebody else and being on stage. It's amazing to basically act. And I would like to do this when I go home also, so it's great.
Hello, my name is Jason Jones, and I always thought I had movie star looks. I always felt like I missed my calling. I never did nothing like this, and when I first got into the class, I did it mainly to help with my public speaking, and because I had to do a 5-minute business pitch in front of 300 people in here, and it helped. But through the process of being around all these people, Soraya and Leslie and all the cast and everything, I developed a love for it, and it taught me how to really articulate myself and I guess express my feelings more than just writing or talking about it, but just through body language. Taught me how important my body language is and what kind of aura I bring off to the people around me. And it just helped me in so many areas in my life. And I actually now influence two of my partners that's in the audience, Jonathan and Jason, right there, to come into the next class. Stand up! Stand up! For me, it was just mainly coming in here and having fun and, letting loose. Coach, say something. Don't let him get off the hook. Make him say something.
Saeed, what's your name? Where did you come from?
My name is Roach, Draper. I had to trust people, and I don't like to trust. I have a problem trusting, so I trust all these persons. And they also, some of them really made me mad. Really, on purpose to help me develop the characters. But I had to trust them, and it is good. I like it, and it was kind of hard for me because I failed drama and art in high school, so I thought I'd go and see if I could do this. But it was fun, and it's a lot of talent here. You know, a lot of talent. I mean, from Lou to all these guys. I mean, I'm up here with some real stars, and it's a really, what Sarai and Leslie does. I still don't understand the motivation, because I'm trying to understand it, but it's so big, and I thank you guys.
Luke, you want to say what you're taking away from this process?
Give them the Luke leg. Don't know what's the Luke leg.
There will be no Luke leg today. I am taking away a lot of physical pain. I know, I'm taking away the fact that I've got a good chance to learn from these amazing women who have been teaching me this craft for several years. And they have a program where they bring in even more amazing people that come and work with us. It is good to see you again. And these men in here in blue, I mean, they're amazing. You know, you've got husbands and brothers up here and grandfathers and good men, good people. And I'm gonna tell you, they give me good jokes and they rib me all the time, and they keep me grounded. And I need that. I like that. You know, I love Shakespeare, and I'm really happy to be a part of a program that is growing. We had Julius Caesar last week, and they had a great cast. You know, and it freaking rocked. And it rocked. And we did a veterans show yesterday where we worked with the veterans with Leslie Courier by way of Marin Shakespeare. So I'm taking away some good feelings, you know. I really am. Thank you all for coming and supporting us so long.
There's a lot of things we do in our class that aren't just rehearsing the plays, and there's so many issues and ideas in these plays. We've talked about, what does it mean to be a man? It's one of the themes in this play. When has somebody told you, act like a man? Right? That theme comes up over and over. We talked about trust and suspicion. You know, what does it feel like when you're in a situation where you don't really know if you can trust the other person? That comes up a lot in this play. So we talk about a lot of the themes from the play. For the next few months, the men are going to be working on writing their own personal stories that are inspired by those themes. And in October, we'll have a performance of autobiographical theater telling. And boy, if you think this takes courage to do what they did today, which it does, telling your own story in front of an audience like this takes a lot more courage as well. So we also practice drama skills, being expressive, expressing your feelings, relating to another person, being in the moment, dealing with things when something goes wrong, and making group decisions. So figuring things out together, that kind of decision-making process, that's a part of what we do, and it's a part of the healing and learning process for all of us. We only have a few more minutes left. More questions? Wanda.
I was actually here last week. They told me to stand up. And my name is Wanda Severe, and I really enjoyed Julius Caesar, and I knew I would enjoy Macbeth. Macbeth was one of my favorite plays. And it's kind of funny that in both works, we have in Julius Caesar, Julius Caesar did listen to his wife. And in this case, Macbeth listened to Lady Macbeth, and it's like, okay. My question isn't about why did you listen to your wife, or why did you listen to your wife, Macbeth and Lady Macbeth. But my question has to do with all of the different spirits and ancestors that are walking and floating and all these wonderful activities within the work. I mean, the ancestors are literally walking with you. The characters, and like, wow, and all that blood, you talk about blood memory, right? I mean, it's alive, and I just wanted to know if you could just sort of reflect on the blood memory and the ancestors and the energies that we can see and that we can't see that are with us all the time, but in this particular work, they walk with us.
Good question.
Blood memory, the middle passage. That's the most important blood memory that I have as a Pan-African man. Which is why when I think about the teachings of my grandmother or my mother and the love that they gave me, I think about what women went through in the early 19th century. We might have only been with our mothers for a year or two, taken from them. That's the memory that always supports me. Love of my ancestry and the future of my ancestry. I would love to see all Africans share the wealth, but I would also love to see us treat the earth a little bit better as an inhabitant of a place that gives us ancestry.
Yeah, that was a deep question. And for me, it makes me think about how we are born through blood. Through blood is birth. From, like you said, the blood of our slave ancestors to the blood that was spilled with my other ancestors, the Indians. I mean, even through biblical times, through the chosen people, the Jews, their blood spilled. I mean, through offenses or whatever they're going through, it's always going to be something that's born out of it. And because of that, we have such rich histories. And when we go into Scotland, I mean, man, we already see it through all the movies and stuff. That blood is what made Scotland such a rich place. So it just makes me think about that.
That was a great question. I love history, I really do. And we all know about the Middle Passage, and if we don't, we should read up on it. But what people might not know is that also Africans sailed the oceans and the seas, and we enslaved people too. We enslaved people in Scotland. We also enslaved people in Ireland. So we've all been subjected to slavery. Now today, the ancestors who made it across the Middle Passage, we're here because of them, and we have to honor them. So their spirits never die. But we've all come from some form of subjugation. We just have to learn to treat each other better.
Right, unfortunately, we're out of time. So thank you all so much. Treat each other better. And I'll take